it's still so bad. Well. OBS doesn't even want to open right now. There we go. Thank you. Hello, hello. Everything seems to be more stable. Oi, 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 oi. Everything seems fine now, relatively speaking. How long was I streaming before? An hour and 13 minutes before everything exploded, so we got like another hour and some change here. Alright. I'll try to accept that. Angry. Well, now's about the time I think for sure to do a blood pressure test. Let's take a look at that, see if I'm not freaking out. It's going. Very upset. You got an error message. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Try again. This is important to me. I mean, clearly it's the only form of content that remains stable. When I try to do art, my stream explodes. Why would I do anything else other than check my blood pressure? See if I'm going absolutely insane. (112/64). Not bad. I think this does skew lower in its readings pretty often. I wish I had that big old cart they wheel in. Just so I could know. For sure. Whether that 140/80 reading was an anomaly or just the norm. I thought my streams were fixed, everyone. I think it might be my internet service provider at this point, which would suck because I have no control over that being fixed until the new internet shows up on the 19th, which is a bit a ways from now. I mean, I could just take a few days off via sleep tax in the interim. That wouldn't be the worst idea. think I like this hand on the right. I don't like this one so much. It looks too vertical. Why do I even stream if this is how it's gonna be? Just gonna explode every 5 minutes. Alright, the thumbs look too symmetrical. We gotta fix that. Change some lines here and there, just redraw them a little bit. You'll be fine. No one will even notice. I don't even want to know what my viewer count looks like. According to Twitch's statistics, I actually kind of do. What is their what have these broken streams resulted in terms of my my analytics? Honestly, it doesn't even look that bad. Hold on, let me see the days it happened and compare it to... Let me look at the days that my stream broke a billion times and see what my average viewer count is on those days. Alright, so the first time the stream broke a billion times in a row was February 1st. And if I go to February 1st, I have a 1.1 viewer average, so yeah, that makes sense. Second time the stream broke was February 4th. On February 4th, I have a 1.1 viewer average. I'm noticing a pattern. And then it broke on the 8th, which is today. And I can't see the numbers for that yet. I feel like it happened before, too. On YouTube, I can go back and see when it started doing this. It looks like January 23rd was another disconnect. That was only one, though. I guess it wasn't too bad yet. January 27th, actually, is another one. January 27th, I had actually 4.2, so maybe my theory is bunk. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe I'm just insane. I thought I had something going there. It's fine. What were we even talking about? I can't even scroll up in chat anymore. Dark said, make fun of blah blah blah, make fun of charity. Ringo got him. Okay. Anthropomorphic animal looking aliens. Right. String bean, hello. Hello, short-necked swan, also known as duck. Swan, I thought you were supposed to fix everything with OBS. I thought this was the miracle cure, the silver bullet that I needed to stream good again. What's happening? Just you wait till I reach my full... I've been asking for that extension or whatever plugin you need to do that. You know that the expandable neck thing was like a whole thing that I want. Like, we have your avatar here, and then we got your face. And then just like with one subscriber... Like, every time somebody subscribes, it goes boink, and then ooh, and then ooh, and it just keeps doing that. And it goes up like this, in intervals. See, this is a genius idea. Soup was right when he said that. He was so right for that. It fixed a lot of things. It fixed some things. Can't fix my internet, apparently. I knew it was right of me to never change my Discord username to Bad Internet Survivor, because even when I have 200 megabit download speed, I still have bad internet. It's crazy. It's a terrible and genius idea. He was so right. You need to do that. What a wonderful, awful idea. I will consider becoming an Elder Tor. Well, that's progress, because last time we brought this idea up, you said, no, I will never do that. So the fact that we have moved on from no, ew, stupid idea, dumb, you're all bad, to maybe, that's character growth, as far as I'm concerned. Then will you verdict. I think Ringo did get me for talking about his art so much. I'll try to refrain from doing that in the future. I just wanted to make fun of it, Ringo. It's not my fault. Now we're at 0.7% dropped frames the moment I stop talking about Ringo. I see how it is. I didn't think he had authority over here. Over in America. He hurt you. I'm so mad. It was probably the same people that monitor his NFT art sales and all that. With peace and love, I'm not accepting any more fan mail. What's a real video he put out? Threatening people to not send him any more fan mail, but while incessantly repeating the phrase, with peace and love, I am demanding that you do not do this anymore. It's a very funny video. He keeps holding out his fingers, like in the peace sign pose. Peace and love, do not send me anything. And it's like, I get it. He's one of the most famous people alive. So he's probably been dealing with fan mail to the utmost extent that a human being can for decades. Completely understand not wanting any more. And it's not even like once you've read one fan letter, you've read them all. But I think at one point, once you read several million fan letters, you probably have read most of them, if not every approximate variation that you can see. Like, you get the You Saved My Life ones, you get the ones that I've been around since the beginning, you get the ones that it's like, oh, I'm a new fan, you get everything, I'm sure. You get the trolls being like, I love your MS Paint work. Just discovered you do music on the side, too, that's pretty cool. Oh no, I brought up his art again. I'm sorry, it was a joke. Don't kill me. please. I forgot my own rule seconds after I made it. He's watching. I know, I forgot. Let me check my frames. Okay, we're good. He must have been looking away. With his ears. Quit tempting fate. It's not my fault. Fate is just always looking at me. Looking for a fight. And it's gonna win because I don't know how to beat nothing. I don't know how to beat a concept. What am I doing with it? The only concept I've ever beaten is hunger. And that's because it's pretty easy to beat that one. You just kind of put a food in you and then it's fine. Well, you gotta eat it. I'm gonna not say the way that I said it before. We're gonna pretend I didn't say that. You gotta put a food in your mouth. I always love drawing this guy's beard without any rest of the facial features. It looks so weird. Ever since Finn told me that the jawline is mainly the fixation for him, and the eyebrows. I have been subtly focusing on those more. Just in my head. I realize. Subconsciously, and then I realize I'm subconsciously thinking, and then it's just fully conscious at that point. It's like, if the appeal is there and I don't have to draw anything lewd, I'm just going to focus on the elements that people tell me are the ones that are good. Now, there are some things to note with that level of criticism. For example, some aspects of this character that Finn did not like. 1. He has a wife. Finn was not a fan of this. Most people aren't. I don't think Miso is a fan of that either. They kind of just want the single dad experience, which is fine. I get that. But that's not how my story goes, unfortunately. Don't change your story for the thirst. I won't. I won't do it. I think my story is going to have plenty of characters to be thirsty over anyway. Without me even having to try. As evidenced by the fact that this elf dad has become so popular. And the comic's not even out yet. And I already got people being like, Hachi Machi. Look at a load of that guy. I think it would be funny for the alt account if when I launched the comic, instead of doing fan art exclusively, I did just throw in one of the elf dad. And be like, oh yes, this character from this comic. You guys should read it. I'm not affiliated. Yeah, I should just lie to people. That's what I should do. Tell them I'm not affiliated with it, and I just found this webcomic. It's crazy. It's not like thousands of people follow my alt account, so I wouldn't even be lying to that many people. It's mostly people who frequent this chat anyway at this point. So I'm not lying to anyone, actually. It's all just a bit we're all a part of. I gotta make an icon for that Dark Arts little tab. I like the name, but I gotta figure out a banner for it. I'm thinking your classic, like, alchemist circle on the floor or something. I don't know. Some runes, maybe. Some symbols on it. I don't know, dude. Some runes, maybe, here. Something like that. I don't know. And in the center of it is like a portal opening up to like a sensor bar. I don't know. We'll figure that out. That might be too on the nose. I don't know if I can do that. No, I just drew a tangent. You guys saw just a tangent so fast I didn't even have to try, and there was a tangent. Didn't even have to try. Is it Thursday? Oh yeah, it's Thursday. Oh yeah, Swan, we forgot to do the blood pressure reading. Live. While conversing, to see if it was your fault. Specifically. Heck, I know. I did it on stream today, but I just got another standard reading. Even after OBS died, I thought it for sure would be elevated at that point. So far, the readings I've gotten on stream have all been very low, so that's fine with me. Not like very low, but lower, I guess very low comparatively to hypertension. And I don't know if that means the thing we're using is inaccurate, if that was just an anomaly at the doctor's place that I was getting examined at. It could be both. I don't know. Oh yeah, speaking of conversing with people, I had a follow-up conversation with my friend who called me a dickhead at like 3 in the morning. He said, "How's work, dickhead?" I said, about 3 hours later. Wouldn't know, I got Mondays off now. But with my job, that could change literally next week. The one who loves you, yes, yeah, this one. And then he called me a coward. And then I said, "Are you at work right now?" And he said, "I could be." And then I said, "That explains the hostility. Allow me to continue to lounge around." And then he said, "Pee yourself." And then I said, "You first." And then he said, "Already did." And I said, "Fuck. I didn't know we could do it like that." And then he posted a JPEG of Walter White from Breaking Bad smoking a blunt. And I said, "What is that?" And he said, "That's John Breaking Bad." And I said, "Oh yeah, that is him." I didn't see him under all the drip because he has a bandana and a blunt and some gold chains photoshopped onto him. And then this image was posted by a TikTok account called Tony Soprano Feet and Toes. So I typed that out and I said, "You follow this account?" And then he said no further questions. And I said, all right, fine. I respect plead the fifth. And then we didn't talk much more after that, because I just let him work, basically. I don't even know where he works right now. He used to work night shifts also, but I don't know if I guess he still does, but I don't know where. But just, that just goes to show you how we normally talk with each other, so yeah. I figured he wasn't actually mad. But he did tell me to pee myself, so I don't know. Oh, he also sent me this image, which is very good. Just, yeah, this one. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I laughed at that image for a bit. Why is my Opera browser so small? Get bigger. Openly hostile love, it's true. Why is this so missized? What the heck, dude? Window capture, are you good? Why is it so misshapen? I do not know what's going on here. I'm just going to try and stretch this out properly. There it goes. Perfect. Get back. And we're not kissing. Ever. Never ever. Why not? Because he said that could be us, and I'm here to tell you guys that could not be us. If you guys haven't seen the Black Mirror episode, was it Fighting Viper? Fighting Vipers? It is an episode that during the viewing of which my friend said that could be us, in reference to two bros, two homies, who enter a VR fighting game. One of which is playing a male character, the other which is playing a female character, and they sort of, you know, embody these avatars. And instead of playing the fighting game, they start making out and doing a lot more. And my homie said to me, while watching this episode, that could be us. And among other things. To which I said, no, it could not. And I will stand by that. True love is waiting for you if you would only open your heart. My Kokoro is locked off. For sure. It is Hikikomori inside my ribcage. It is never coming out. That phrase worked in two different ways. I didn't even mean that. That's just a good joke I said on accident right there. You guys hear that? That's crazy. The person you've been waiting for all this time was right in front of you, playing fighting games to win your attention. No. I don't think so. Also, I can't even stand the way he plays fighting games. Every time he boots up a fighting game, we're going to get into this and just absolutely roll him and smoke him. There's just like, imagine you have a normal control scheme. Alright, so like, here's like a controller, right? And you got the analog sticks. You got the button. And you got the D-pad. You got the triggers and the bumpers down here. This is not where the triggers are, but I'm visually putting it here. And you'd be like, oh, you know, this is like, in Smash Bros, this is like your jump button or whatever. This is like your attack button. This would be like your shield button. He'll do all sorts of wacky shit. Like, he'll be like, actually, the jump button is now on my trigger, and the right D-pad is my attack button, and the shield button is actually X now. And the right analog stick I've mapped to the taunt button, actually, so that's actually just not going to do anything anymore. Except for taunt, which is very useful to him. And the B button also is the jump button, which I know was over here, but I need more than one jump button for proper input so I can wave dash properly. He does all this. He's definitely getting my attention when we play fighting games, because I make fun of him incessantly. Does it help him? I mean, he literally can't play the games any other way. I don't know how he gets this way. But he changes control schemes every time we play a fighting game so much. And I make fun of him for having weird baby controls. I don't know why he does it. He's just a wrong man sometimes. He's incorrect. Is he good at them? I would say in terms of our friend group, he is definitely the second best at them, with me being the first. Which is probably where I get this very unjustified level of confidence at fighting games, is because I can beat up my friends at them. That's usually where it comes from. Here's the thing, I will say, he's not like, he doesn't dedicate himself to fighting games as much as I do. Like, when a fighting game comes out, I will be looking at frame data, I will be watching combo tutorials on YouTube, looking at character matchup information and all that, seeing which moves have the best, like, meaty setup potential. I will go in. He does not do that. Like, hardly ever. But if he does, if he decides to hard commit to something, he gets way too good at it. For example, there's a game called Rivals of Aether, which is a Smash Brothers clone. Not really. It's kind of differentiated itself. But it's like a platform fighter. You know, you got your platforms, and then you got the two characters standing side by side in this 2D plane. You've all seen Smash Brothers. It's also a furry one, so this is a fox, and this is a goat with a tube top on or something. I don't know. And she has lightning powers. And she's top tier. Freaking hate that one. But he got really good at that game, to the point where I can barely even fight him in that one. So he can get very good at fighting games if he puts, like, hundreds of hours into them and hard commits to it. He can get very good at them. I'm more of a diversified fighting game player. He's definitely more of a specialized one. If he finds a game that can grab a hold of him, he'll stick with it forever. And Rivals of Aether 2 is going to come out, and I can't wait to get beat up in that one. That being said, if he ever boots up freaking Skullgirls, I will destroy his entire face. And I'm not even that good at that game. I think he does own Strive. Yeah, he does own Strive. I've seen him play it on Discord a couple times. I don't think I've played him in Strive, but if I did, he would get destroyed. My Eno was getting a schnasty by the time we were doing our warm-up streams for MagFest. I was leveling up in real time. You guys saw it happening. He's gonna find a way to confess his love through that game. He will not, because the game is dead. So he will have to wait until the sequel comes out. I would not surprise me if I looked on Steam charts right now and found that Rivals of Aether had like 30 concurrent players. I just don't think anyone's playing it right now. Hold on, I made his ponytail way more dramatic in the sketch layer. What am I doing? I gotta fix this. This is important. And Maeve is dead as long as he gets to play with you. Swan, what did I say about shipping real people on this stream? I think I said don't. Now here you are. And you're over here trying to make us out to be like freaking two different Titanics ready to crash into each other. It's not gonna happen. As long as you've denied that he has feelings for you. Two ships in the night ready to careen right into each other. Full force. teeth and everything. It's gonna get painful. You're a heartbreak. When have I ever broken anyone's heart? He's never even confessed. I don't think he has a mind to. I think this is your fan fiction for my life. You're breaking his every day. I am not. He told me to piss myself. You heard him. Flirting. You can't do that. I almost swallowed my gum whole, and that would have been bad for everyone. If I died on stream, though, it wouldn't be the worst way to go out. Now, the choking and asphyxiation, that would be rough, but at least it would be documented. I'm right. But as we all know, I'm never going to die, so we don't have to worry about that. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am never going to die. You can hold me to that. It feels weird being invincible, you know? Like, what is even gonna happen? Like, I could do anything, I just don't. I choose not to, because I can't die, so it's like, the only thing... I guess being in prison would be a problem, because, you know, you don't gotta die to just spend forever in prison. That's why they have those life sentences for people like me who can live, like, 800 years, or whatever. No problem. It'll be like the Stanley Parable ending, where, You can press a button to skip time and the building starts dissolving around you because of how many years you spend standing around in there. It'll be like that. The prison will fall down around me and I will walk through the hole in the door. Awfully papery for someone who's in... Don't call me papery. That's just a very creative way of saying pasty, and I don't much appreciate that at all. I know I'm pasty. I don't need this. Also, I don't know if you'd ever try this, but if you try folding paper in half like 8 times, you can't do it. Paper can become extremely durable if you try to compress it in certain way. You know, if you put paper under pressure, that's when it shows its true colors, mainly in off-white. I don't think I like this strand over here. I like it in the sketch layer, but I just don't think it manifests well in the line art for some reason. I'm gonna dunk you in water. You'll have to freaking catch me. Like that Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Catch me if you freaking can. That's the exact title. That movie's good, too. I wouldn't mind rewatching that at some point. That movie, I would say, is great even. This is Agnes Castle during the daytime, not my favorite version. I like the nighttime variant. Ugh. Swan, do you think we're in the midst of a stove revival? He's talked in both of our streams multiple times for a prolonged period. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it since the before times. He did last night and today. I know, it's crazy. He remembered how great we are and misses us, as he should. I have a lot of redeeming qualities, like, what's that one thing? Nah, I'm sure I'll think of it later. My huge nose. Now that's something that everyone can get behind. How papery you are. You and your hollow bones better watch out. Alright, Agnes Castle daytime theme. I might have underestimated you. You still got that sick flute solo that I love so much. Alright, maybe I was too hasty to judge. Maybe I was a little too pasty as well. A little too pasty to judge. If you could be too pasty to judge, then I have bad news for Simon Cowell. Oh, you guys want to see a fun game I found? I found it yesterday. While I was checking out stuff similar to Wordle, because I always like looking at... I don't like playing Wordle, but I like playing stuff that was inspired by Wordle, sort of like the daily challenge, just a random one-time thing kind of games. So I found this one, and I've been messing around with it. Spell check. It's really just as simple as it sounds. Audio button, hear the word and the information. It'll play back on a loop, and then you just gotta spell it. That's all you gotta do. You can do the daily challenge, or you get practice infinitely. We're gonna see what the daily is. It starts on easy, medium, and hard, and now we can do this.
Weevil.
Weevil.
A noun meaning any of a superfamily, Curculionoidea, of beetles which have the head prolonged into
That's
a
a
more
weevil.
or less distinct snout.
I got that one. That's easy.
Frequently.
Frequently, that's easy.
Adverb meaning at frequent or short intervals.
For sure. What do we got?
Wallet.
Wallet.
A
That one's
noun
easy.
meaning a bag for carrying miscellaneous articles while traveling. Beeswax.
Beeswax.
A noun meaning a substance that is secreted by honeybees
Secreted.
and is used by them.
All right, what do we got now?
Atonement.
Atonement.
A noun meaning reparation for an offense or injury. Satisfaction.
Give me that. Oh, easy. Next. Now we go medium.
Tissue.
Tissue.
A noun meaning a piece of soft
Got
absorbent
it.
tissue paper. Apogee.
Apogee.
A noun meaning the point in the orbit of an object, such as a
Apogee.
satellite.
I think I remember this
orbiting
word
the
from
Earth that
Portal.
Is at the
Is
greatest
that how it is?
distance from
Yeah.
bromide.
Bromide.
A noun meaning a binary compound of bromine with another. Regurgitate.
Regurgitate.
A verb meaning to become thrown or poured back.
Give me that.
Crooked.
Crooked.
An adjective meaning not straight.
Now this
C
is where it
originates
gets
from Old
rough.
English.
Hard.
Chandeliers.
Okay, I got
a
that one.
noun meaning a branched, often ornate lighting fixture.
Child's play.
Ouagadougou.
Okay, hold on.
A geographical name.
Now you're gonna have to run that one by me again.
Ouagadougou.
Okay.
A geographical name meaning city and capital of Burkina Faso.
Oh,
In
naturally.
the central part of the country, population 1,475,223. Ouagadougou.
Ouagadougou.
A geographical
Hold on. What? Next time Can't ask why you're not playing games with him, I'm gonna say it's because you're playing this. It might be true.
Ouagadougou.
Ouagadougou. That's not real. Let's try this one. Ouagadougou. What? Oh my god. What? You cannot be real. That's crazy. There's no way I got that. I had no idea what that... I don't even remember what the word was. Next.
Frugivore.
I've
The
been there
adjective
before.
meaning feeding on fruit.
Frugivore is easy.
Frugivorous originates surfeit. A
Surfeit.
noun meaning an overabundant supply, excess.
Overabundant
Surfeit is
supply.
Middle English for
Wait, hold on, what'd they say?
surfeit. A noun meaning an overabundant supply, excess. Surfeit is Middle English.
Surfeit? Surfeit.
Surfeit.
Surfeit. So is it like... Surfeit? No! I was so close. To a perfect score, dude. Just gotta sound it out. I don't... Ouagadougou.
Surgeon.
Surgeon.
A noun meaning a medical specialist who practices surgery.
That's not even a hard word. What are we talking about here? See the results? Yeah, show me. I got it. Ouagadougou. I pulled that out of the deepest recesses of my rectum. I don't know where it was, but apparently I know exactly how to spell Ouagadougou. Maybe I've been there, but maybe in a past life I was an inhabitant of Ouagadougou. The only one I got wrong was surfeit, and it's because it has an I in there. I'm so mad that I missed one. I was off by one letter today. Usually I am not this good at this game. I almost got perfect. Copy the results to my clipboard, share it to Twitter, maybe? In my defense, chandeliers, frugivore, and surgeon are not that difficult, in my opinion. So that's pretty good. Ouagadougou. What the hell, man? Alright. We're goated a little bit. Kind of amazing at spelling. See, I'm a writer, everyone. I know what I'm talking about. Says the guy who has not released a single page of written word yet. It's gonna happen, though. You guys are gonna be all like, wow, this script is so manicured and trimmed down and in all the best way. It's so well edited. Everything's paced super good. And I still respect and care for the characters immediately. You know, it's gonna be so good. I'm not even a little scared that I'm just doing everything wrong in secret. That's the thing. There's that Randy Feltface. He's a comedian who does ventriloquism. Well, not really. He does puppetry. Ventriloquism would imply that he's also there. But he's a really good puppeteer. And he did a comedy special where he talks about writing a book and how he doesn't know if it's bad until it's out there. That's the problem with making art. Like with long-form art that you got to commit a lot of time to. And you don't know if you've made something awful until everyone can look at it and complain about it. What if you've spent too much time too close to it and you can't accurately assess it anymore? It's a legitimate concern. That's why you got to get beta readers, so that they can tell you it's bad before it goes out there. And hopefully they are some trusted colleagues or friends, or both, who can let you down a little easier than a publisher might. Or a horde of people on the internet. Reach that process all the time with art? Yeah, you do spend quite a bit of time on pieces, so I can see that. With your extended work hours on them, like some of them taking months, for example. You could not be me spending months on an art piece. Unless it is a collective one like this, where it's all serialized. And each illustration, quote-unquote illustration, took me about, like, a couple hours, maybe. As opposed to months for one piece. The one piece, by the way. I have sort of just cut rendering out of my artistic process. Except with save for the explosion page we did recently. That's the most rendering I've done in a long time, so I hope you're all proud of me. There's a stink bug on my monitor again. Why? Where do you come from? Die. Got him. Where do they come from? The One Piece. You know, I didn't kill that spider, so you'd think that all these other little pests would be dead. What is he doing? I let the spider live so that this exactly would not happen, and yet, he's not doing his job. Why are you a vicious killer? Stink bugs do nothing for anything. I probably helped out a spider by killing it and flinging it into the corner of my room. Some spider's gonna eat very good today. Probably the one I saved by not killing. I guess that's one way of interpreting saving. I saved him by not murdering him. Look at how much freaking arm this you can see in this panel. This panel's going crazy. Spoken like a true colonizer. Don't call me a colonizer. That's a racially motivated comment. You know I'm a Caucasian male, and so that's very offensive. I gotta skew this for sure, dude. Yeah, let's just heavily skew that. Transform, skew, all that. He's leaning something fierce. Get him over here. His face is all messed up. I gotta fix this. I didn't realize how messed up his jaw was. I've offended you. You can tell by how very offended I seem. Mesh transformation. I don't know if I've ever been legitimately offended by anything. I might have been offended on somebody else's behalf, like, ooh, that's rough. I would be mad if I were you. But never for anything relating to me, because, like, what the heck do I even have to be upset over? Other than myself and all the things I do to myself. I can offend myself, no problem. All I gotta do is wake up. Be like, oh, great. Another one, huh? Another day you've decided to do anything? Real nice, Zotan. Why couldn't you have just fell asleep? Into a coma, perhaps? That's why you're conflict avoidant? Not easily offended. That's true. If you are very easily offended, you are prone to conflict. That's just inherent to your sort of whole deal at that point. I'm very much a dish it and take it kind of person, which I think a lot of people tend to respect inherently in social dynamics. If you dish it out and you can't take it, you're like a wiener. And nobody likes you. What the heck did I do with this sleeve? Wow, this is weird and all messed up now. And if you can't dish it out, then it's like there's no verbal sparring here. People probably also think you're weird. So you got to strike that balance. I am not easily offended, but also there's a little bit of bullying that goes back and forth with all the people I talk to. But that's the thing, you got to establish it's a back and forth, which I think I do pretty consistently. I gotta move this arm now. So maybe I don't get along with weenies. Yeah, exactly. Who gets along with weenies? If someone tries to insult you and they can't handle being insulted back, like, what the heck are they even... Like, you entered this dojo, my friend. You have to be able to take it. Don't strike at the king if you're just gonna miss, alright? And if someone wanted me to talk to them like I talked to my friends, then when I did, they told me to be nicer. Ugh. Like, what do you want? Yeah. That's exactly the thing I'm talking about. Just treat me like one of the guys. Hey, actually, I've been thinking about it, and I don't want that anymore. That's like the whole point of having friends, though, is to have people you can just say the meanest stuff to, and then just laugh afterwards immediately. That's like the whole thing. What do you even want friends to do, if not, you know, yell at each other? Ask me to sugarcoat everything I said to them from that. That's the phrasing they use? That's so bad. What a weenie. That person? Swan's mom, by the way. I know. You wouldn't think... It's crazy, but it's true. God, using the phrase, can you sugarcoat everything from now on? That's so sad. Oh, man. My mom's a good sport. I can imagine. You had to get it from freaking somewhere, didn't you? My mom ingrained within me my sarcasm for sure. So I know exactly that the apple does not fall far from the tree in that regard. Tease her all the time and she just laughs. Yeah, you gotta do that. Yeah, I'm definitely making fun of my mom. And she's also making fun of me. And it's fine. Because that's good. It's good. It's healthy. If it's reciprocated. If it's not, then you just have, like, you gotta probably call CPS at some point. Luckily, I never felt threatened by it. Because it was never serial. Yeah, my mom keeps calling me a little idiot. Can you send someone over immediately? For example, I convinced my mom to play one game of Mario Party, and she kept forgetting that the A button was the confirm button, even though it literally says this on, like, every screen in Mario Party. And she was like, what's the button to accept again? And at some point, I think she was trolling me. But deep in my heart, I know that she wasn't, and that she just was really bad at video games, because she never plays them. So I was like, this whole time, I was like, this has to be, you have to be doing a bit. You have to. So I did make fun of her a lot for that. It's like, it says it right there. You can see it. There's a lot to look at. There's so many fun characters and colors. Alright, his face is now infinitely more stable than it was before, and he's not doing a mean lean anymore. Looks like the rest of the panel is just fire effects, so we can kind of balance that out. Oh, you know what I should do? I should make sure I keep the motion lines in there. Actually, I think they would be more vertical here. Maybe like something like that. Oh, I gotta draw his shirt tear where he's bleeding. My man got injured in a different page, so we're gonna keep that. It's Thursday. There's a new Drawfee video out. I'm going to be watching that. That's going to be good. I always love that YouTube channel. They're just a bunch of good lads and lasses. And they used to work for College Humor before they all exploded. And they had to reformat themselves into the business they are today. Now they're independent and thriving. And I still think their announcement video that they were going independent because they lost their jobs was still very funny. Basically opens with the head of the channel looking at an article on a monitor saying that, like, most of College Humor staff was laid off or lost their jobs. And then he's just like, uh-oh. Well. And then they just go into the rest of the video. Let me see if I can find it. Drawfee has been laid off, that's the one. Pause this. Alright. Also, they did a Digimon Smasher Pass right there. Look at their live streams. Swan, you would like it. Look, it's right there. You can see it. They got the Angelomon right there in the thumbnail.
Uh-oh. Well, if you're watching this, it means the news has come out.
The
We all
news.
got laid off. You probably have some questions, and we're here to answer them.
Would I like that, or
What's
would
gonna
you?
happen to
I don't
Drawfee?
know. Mrs. Secret Sticker Design? Why don't you tell me? Super secret stickers. Uh-oh. I just make it doesn't mean I'd smash it. Yeah. I mean, I have to follow that logic too, otherwise I would have a very problematic situation on our hands. So that's what you immediately think. Pretty sure the characters that I've drawn the most in this comic so far are a bunch of fully armored racists. So, I hope that doesn't ring true. If you make it, you'll want to smash it. Otherwise, I am in a bit of a predicament. I got a bit of a pickle on my hands. I got a pickle. And I'm holding it, I guess, because I butchered that idiom so bad. Get this pickle off my hands. I don't want it. One thing I'm hoping that I can achieve for my webtoon is an elevated fantasy vernacular. Because fantasy stories all at least try to sound a little highfalutin, at least with at least one of their characters. You know, there's a character that speaks like he's been around since ancient times. And in most webtoons I've seen, whether it's because of they just don't have a grasp of that kind of language through lack of experience, or because maybe the author slash creator skews a bit younger in terms of their own age. Most of the time it falls a little bit flat, but I'm hoping that I, in all of my pseudo-intellectualism and very good spelling as we, you know, ascertained earlier can sort of make that convincing. Because this racist guy, I'm going to tell you, when he's going on a monologue, one that I'm still working on, that I plan on finishing for once this weekend, he's going to sound very pompous and sure of himself. And I want that elevated fantasy level of discourse to, or the dialogue to pan out convincingly, at least semi-convincingly. I don't think it's any stretch of the imagination to imagine me being able to speak like a very pretentious douche nozzle. I think I have that in me. I have the capacity. I think we all know this. I just restrain it a lot of the time. Not all the time. Most of the time. Let's flip this, and then we'll probably call it, because it's about that time. Just want to make sure the helmet's not jacked up, and it is a little jacked up. So it's a good thing I checked. I'm not going to be as convincing as Tolkien, because he was just an actual linguist. Invented his own languages and stuff. I can't do that. But I'll try my best to at least have some kind of fantasy vibe going on down to the words. Just beyond the imagery. Alright, I think it's about time if I'm timing out when my stream DC'd and when this one started correctly. Your imagery is stinky. Rude. That's like the whole thing that I've been doing. You haven't even seen my words. So that's very hurtful. Look at this hand pose that I nailed without reference, and you tell me my imagery is stinky. Look at this hand. Even I'm impressed by that one. I did that with no reference. You're jealous. At least a little bit. To be honest. Where's my end screen? There it is. Thank y'all for stopping by. It is Thursday, so tomorrow we'll be doing more of this. Please be chill. Don't you call me out. So truly and directly. With military-grade precision. I'm going to be leaving now, but only because I want to, not because I was just completely unraveled at the seams. Tomorrow we'll be doing more of this page, I imagine. We'll be doing some flats, some painting. More fire painting will be fun. Painting a lot of fire recently. It's probably going to continue for the next few pages. But, yeah, we'll do that. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be doing... But we don't have to dual mask in Street Fighter, because I didn't get sleep taxed. So we can do Sekiro. We can work on emotes again, finally. I was going to finish the Chew emote. And that'll probably be the plan for the weekend. And then when we come back on Monday, I will ideally have actually finished the script so that I can thumbnail out every page, and then we can see exactly how much of the chapter I have left to go. That was the goal before, but then, you know, my streams kept exploding, and apparently they're still doing that a little bit, so... Give me Choo Choo Emo? I'm working on it. It'll be here. It'll be here. But until then, I'll see you guys later. And bye-bye.